All right, guys. Chelsea and Liverpool have just drawn 2-2 in another thrilling game that Liverpool have played against a top side. Every game Liverpool play this season against a big team in the Premier League has been a great game to watch. Liverpool v Man City 2-2, Liverpool v Tottenham 2-2, Liverpool v Man United 5-0, Liverpool v Spurs 2-2, Liverpool v West Ham, the 3-2 win for West Ham. Liverpool v Arsenal 4-0. Every single one has been great to watch. But unfortunately, I think Man City have all but won the league now. I felt as though Liverpool really needed to win today if the title race was to be kept going. Because I just can't see Chelsea winning it because they have too many games like the one on Wednesday against Brighton where they draw against a mediocre team. Like four of their past five home games, no, five of their past six home games now, they haven't won, which is a bad statistic, especially when there's teams like Burnley, Everton, Brighton in there. And also, they only narrowly won against Leeds with a last-minute penalty. So, I don't think Chelsea are really going to contend for the title. You always feel with Liverpool that Liverpool do have that ability to go on a 10-game winning run and like maybe keep the race alive. But I think it's too much now. I can't see City dropping I can't see City dropping more than 15 points from now until the end of the season. And Liverpool are 11 points behind now, so they would need to drop that amount of points for anyone else to win the league. So I think City have won the league. But yeah, nonetheless, it was still a great game to watch. Liverpool took the lead through Sadio Mane. It was a big mistake by Trevor Chalobah, but it's one it can easily be made. He's just misjudged the ball coming at him quickly, and he completely messed it up. But Mane kept a cool head and took it round Edouard Mendy and sort of slotted it through Cesar Azpilicueta on the line and made it 1-0. And yeah, although Mane, you could argue, was slightly lucky to stay on the pitch in the first 10 seconds after he did put his arm in Azpilicueta's face. I didn't feel like it was a full-on elbow. I felt it was more like forearm, so I think maybe it would have been a bit harsh to give him the red card, especially so early on in the game. But yeah, he was still a bit lucky nonetheless. Liverpool then doubled the lead through Mo Salah. Brilliant goal from Salah again. He's just a joke at this point. He just sat down the defender and also sat down the keeper as well to make it 2-0. And then it's about 7 or 8 minutes from half time. You feel like Liverpool are fully in control of the game, 2-0 up. And Mateo Kovacic scores an absolute worldie. The ball is cleared from a free kick by Kelleher. It's punched away, falls to Kovacic on the full volley, and it just it was like a looping volley, and it's gone right into the top corner off the post. Brilliant finish. One of the goals of the season, I think, for the technique. And that made it 2-1. And then with Liverpool, you just think, okay, take it into half-time at 2-1. Marcus Alonso plays the ball through to Christian Pulisic, and Pulisic puts it past Kelleher into the net to make it 2-2. I thought Konate and Van Dijk in that second goal were both a bit slow to communicate and also move to narrow the gap in between. But yeah, they probably should have done a bit better. And that yeah, 2-2 at half time. Brilliant first half. Chelsea also had a good chance early on to make it 1-0 at one point. Alexander Arnold completely messed up a clearance. It fell to Pulisic, but Kelleher managed to get there just in time. But yeah, in second half, it was still a fast-paced game, but it didn't have the. It wasn't quite as open as the first half, certainly for Liverpool. There was maybe a 10-minute period where Liverpool started to dominate when Jorginho came on for Chalobah, but other than that, I thought Chelsea looked quite comfortable in the second half. They were definitely the closer to scoring, but yeah. Although Edouard Mendy made a brilliant save to stop Salah from scoring from about 25-30 yards. Yeah, it's a bit of a disappointing one because obviously as a Liverpool fan, I wanted them to win because we needed to win today to have any real chance of catching Man City. But also just the title race, City are going to win it now. Everyone knows that. But yeah, and also no Salah and Mane or Keita for the next month potentially, which is going to be an issue because even like on top of that, Liverpool have got so many injuries. Although the players with COVID should in theory be back for the next league game, the amount of injuries that Liverpool have got is going to cost them. But yeah, what else happened in the game? I thought maybe Klopp was a bit of a miss on the touchline, but I'm stretching a bit there. And also the options off the bench weren't great for Liverpool. When you look at the two sides and compare the benches, Chelsea definitely had the better options to bring on. Not that they really used them, to be honest. They only really brought on Jorginho and then Callum Hudson-Odoi towards the end, but they didn't use players like Ziyech on the bench. I thought Keita, when he came on, did all right. He didn't make too many mistakes, but that is the worry when he comes onto the pitch if he makes a mistake. And also from this game, I'm not sure Van Dijk is the same player he used to be. He doesn't seem to have that extra yard of pace. He seems to run in he's not slow, but he used to run in slow motion, but really quick. So it almost looked like he was effortlessly going at 35 kilometres an hour. But now he sort of effortlessly runs at a normal pace. He doesn't have that pace advantage over the attackers, it seems, which was a big part of his game. So that could be a bit of a problem. Jota failed to really have an impact, as did Mason Mount for Chelsea, really, and Kai Havertz. I thought Chelsea's best players today were Kante and Kovacic in the middle. They were both superb. They just ran the game in the second half. But yeah, disappointing result. I'd like to be 2-0 up and draw 2-2, like it always is when that happens. But, it's the way it goes. So anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.